Wow. What's going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Barney just like ready with that, just like fire. It's all good. It's all good. Um, Let us know where you're coming in from in the chat. I'm excited for today's call. Feel like it's been ages. So what happens when you miss 1 week? It's like missing legs in the gym. You pay for it, man. You just got to stay, got to stay consistent. Wow. Okay. For Ventura. Okay, nice, nice. Hertfordshire. Sunny Blackburn. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, let us know where you're representing. If you got any guests on the line, give them a nice warm welcome as well. Amazing, amazing. Well, yeah, listen, I'm excited to get into it. The recording of this call will be posted inside all the channels and on the YouTube. How's everyone feeling, man? Is everyone good? Yeah. How was your July? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like wow, like literally couldn't have been any better. Uh, and one like where am I? I feel like I'm going backwards. Like where are you? 1 to 10. Close to a breakthrough. Amazing. Got that feeling. You're just like, someone's about to pop. That's good. Really, really good. Amazing, man. Yeah, July was a big month. July, we got done what we said was going to get done. Spoke to my wife at the very start of July. I said, listen, babe, this month is going to be the month that we just get things done. Okay, I'm not going to be the greatest husband. I'm not going to be the greatest father. So just wanted to sort of like apologize in advance. But I promise you, we're going to have a nice time together in August. Okay, we fly to Marbella on Tuesday for 10 days. Really looking forward to it. Obviously, I'm still going to be building my business and all that good stuff, but I'm going to be, you have to earn the right to be present. Does that make sense, guys? I can't be present with my family and loved ones if I'm not proud of who I am. I just can't. I have to be proud of my presence, right? In order to be present. That's just how I roll. All right. But let me just change some of the settings on here because we've had some unique situations in the past, and we don't want any randomers to I've actually put this call link in my Telegram channel, my open one to everyone. So all right, cool. So yeah, listen, for those that are new to the call, obviously we are basically a group of people, okay, that our team is called LMG, which stands for Lifestyle Mastery Group, okay. Lifestyle Mastery Group. Okay, so that's what we're all about, mastering our lifestyles, right? This information changed my life and continues to change my life, for the better. It was when I was 25, and it's crazy. I downloaded Jim Rohn's book yesterday, Jim Rohn's audio book called Leading an Inspired Life. I downloaded that audio book yesterday. I love listening to audiobooks. Turning your car into a university is a smart thing to do. And he changed at 25 as well. He like sort of like woke up and was like, hang on a minute, what am I doing with my life at 25? Then it's like one of those ages where you just like, I think you've had enough taste of life to sort of recognize the fact that you're probably not going to become a professional sports player at this point. In order for you to actually really create your dream life, you are going to have to commit to something and sort of, take your life to the next level. Bob Proctor, same age, 25, 26. Myself, I got to 25, 26, and I'm like, listen, do you know what? I need to, take my life to the next level. And it wasn't until um I found an audio called The Strangest Secret. Okay. And basically, long story short, your lifestyle is a representation of what's going on inside your mind. So take a look at your results, your relationships, whether you're in one or not, your money, the way that you earn money. There's three ways of making money. You've got linear income, you've got leveraged income, and you've got residual income. I'm going to talk about this a little bit at the end. How are you making money, right? Everything, the amount of money you're making and everything, guys, your body, what it looks like, that is a manifestation of the way that we think. All right. There's a really good book called Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard, and he talks about man's chief delusion is that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. So man's biggest mistake is that they think that it's external circumstances as to why they are doing X, Y, Z. Ah, if it wasn't because, it's Nick Gomez's fault that my trade just hit stop loss. It's Eric because of Eric Lucas, I've lost money. No, because of you. You lost money. Who pressed the button? Did you do your own analysis? Or are you just because guys, listen, when you're taking a trade idea and you cannot categorically be upset if it hits stop loss. If it does upset you, you got two options. You either work on your mindset and take responsibility, or just being honest, just settle for an average life. Just go back to being an employee, clock in, clock out, accept that no one's going to really know who you are. Your great grandchildren ain't going to have a clue about who you are or even what you did or anything like that. You're a normie. All right. Or, or you can say, do you know what? Listen, I'm going to level up. That's what I'm going to do. Instead of getting bitter, I'm going to get better. Right. So this information changed my life. Now, I wanted to do a call based around mindset because we did a call on Sniper Pro in the week, which is one of our scanners. And I recognized that I went, you know what? I didn't talk about mindset. And mindset's 99% of it, you see. You see, because if you don't work on your mindset, you are going to self-sabotage at some point. There's a book called Psycho-Cybernetics, and it's all about the self-image. And what happens is, you see, we're going on a plane next week to Marbella. And what happens is once the plane gets in the air, the pilot puts it on autopilot. And let's say for some reason that we hit some turbulence, what's going to happen is the cybernetic system in the plane is going to readjust and it's going to make sure that the plane gets to exactly the programmed destination. So you could be on the rise when it comes to your income, but if you don't change the psycho-cybernetics internally, you will literally attract your subconscious mind will find a way to self-sabotage and bring you back down to where you are internally. This is the same with relationships. It's the same with body. I'm actually going through a paradigm shift right now. I've never bulked this much, and I can literally feel my subconscious mind trying to stop me from eating more food. It's strange. For those that know me, like for those that know me, I love food. All right, like food's like probably the number one in my life, if I'm being honest. Above my family. No, I'm just but for real, I love food and I'm now in a confused state because I'm like not wanting to eat. You know what it is? I need to keep tweaking that internal self-image. I need to pay attention to what's coming out of my mouth. And we're gonna get into that today. I'm excited today. It's cool. All right. So this is all about if you want to become a profitable trader, if you want to become a leader, right? And have who would like to have leaders inside their organization that say words like, hey, listen, brother, thank you for introducing me to this business. I'll let you know if I need anything, but I've got it. I've got it. Who would like that? Who would like ultimate duplication? Who would like to make four figures, five figures a week, through trading? Right. Okay. So if that's the case, you need to work on your self-worth. Okay. Now, net worth is equivalent to your self-worth. All right. Now, I'm not saying that, how much you love yourself is determined by how much money you've got. What I'm saying is just take the concept. If you don't work on your self-worth, you're gonna find a way to self-sabotage. All right, guys. So if you focus on building your wealth and not you, your success will be temporary. This is why we do these calls. All right. So how do I build you? Well, first of all, you need to find out who you are first. You need to find out who you are, what you are. Do you want me to tell you who you are? Some of you are not gonna some of you are not gonna realize. Some of you are like, what's he gonna say? Go on, Jake. Try and tell me who I am. Go on. Ready for this? You are the words that come out of your mouth. Just lost half the call now. What? Yeah, yeah. Guys, you are the words that are coming out of your mouth. And get this, we can't speak what we haven't heard. Oh, man. We cannot speak what we haven't heard. So when you are around people that are struggling in relationships, struggling in health, struggling in wealth, they're going to be speaking certain words. They are going to be speaking. There's going to be a language. There's going to be a lot of blame. There's going to be a lot of excuses. There's going to be a lot of limitation. There's going to be a lot in those conversations, guys. And if that's all you're hearing, that's all what's going to come out of your mouth. And if that's all what's going to come out of your mouth, that's all what's going to come out into your life. Okay, because life and death are spoken in the power of the tongue. You know, I went to Costa the other day, and I was actually going through Sniper Pro and was taking some trades, and I looked to my left, and there's a guy reading a Bible, right? He's reading a Bible. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And I said, isn't it interesting how just as I was leaving this house, I took out because I did an event on Thursday, and I took two books with me. The Lord of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill, and I took Think and Grow Rich, right? And I took the Lord's Success book out, and I thought, you know, I'm going to keep this book in today. Don't know why. I'm going to keep this book on me today. And I got talking to this guy, and I said to him, I said, look, bro, this is my Bible. Napoleon Hill, he was big on the actual Holy Bible, but this is basically the Bible on, you know, personal achievement, right? But the thing is, you see, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone's religious beliefs are. You can live in denial if you want, but every single personal development book is based on the Bible. Are you all aware of this? It hasn't got to be like the Christian Bible, whatever your religion is. I'm talking about everything comes from the Word. It actually does. Okay, so here's let's talk a little bit about words 1 second. If you go to John 1:1, I know you're not at church right now. Everyone's like, can everyone just whack out the Bible? Jake, hang on a minute. Why are we talking about the buy? I'm here to learn how to master Sniper Pro, man. Where do I enter the market? When do I take my profit? When do we must stop loss into? How do I talk to people, guys? Listen, none of that's all cool. But if you know it's you knowing that, but you not knowing this, I promise you, it's going to be temporary. Ready for this? In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Come with me. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him was not anything made that was made. What? I mean, guys, and the word was God. All things were made through him. There wasn't anything made without you speaking it. Does that make sense? And we don't speak what we have. That's what we say is faith and fear comes from hearing, comes by hearing. This is why you jump on these calls and it's like, wow, you know, some people actually feel uncomfortable on these calls. Do you know why? Because they're programmed to be overweight in unhealthy relationships and struggling financially. And I'm over here talking the complete opposite to that. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. So if this is uncomfortable, sit in the discomfort. Just sit in it. Don't think is it right? Don't think is it wrong? But just sit in it and be like, do you know what? There must be a reason why this is making me feel uncomfortable. I always question that. Why does this make me feel uncomfortable? Someone said the other day, the world's flat. I'm like, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Let me go down that path. Is it flat? Why do I get uncomfortable when someone says that? I need to search that. I need to go and find. Do you get what I'm saying, guys? I don't think you're wrong. I'm not God. Like there's it's not about forget right and wrong, guys. It's what's going to give you the results that you want. All right. So if you're not intentional with the food that you're putting into your body, you are leaving things up to chance. We know this. That's common sense, right? Drop a yes in the chat if that's a lot common sense. Yeah, you all know that, right? So with that being said, what are you feeding your mind? It works the same way. Does that make sense? So if you're not intentional with what you put into your mind, you're going to manifest an unintentional result. You're going to manifest whatever you've been exposed to. If you're not intentionally, we call it auto suggesting to your subconscious mind, hey, listen, this is what I want to come out. You know, we did an event in Scotland and I talked about the garden, and it makes sense, you know, physically that if you plant a tomato seed, you're gonna sprout some tomatoes. That makes sense, right? Well, guess what? If you plant poverty, it's poverty's gonna sprout. If you plant excuses, you're gonna those excuses are gonna just reveal that that's an excuse. Does that make sense? So the person who thinks he can and the person who thinks he can't is always right. So here's some things to feed your mind, okay? Because you know me, I'm not just going to give you some like things to think about. I'm actually going to give you some practical things. Here's some of the things that I like to personally listen to on a daily basis. You know, You Were Born Rich by Bob Proctor, great seminar. You Were Born Rich. Okay, next one, Your Wish Is Your Command by Kevin Trudeau. Amazing information. The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. Oh, I've heard it before, Jake. Are you rich yet? Are you happily married yet? Do you have a six pack yet? No. Get it back out. Listen. Okay. Listen. Jim Rohn. Anything by Jim Rohn. Neville Goddard. Now be careful with Neville Goddard because there's a lot of AI technology out there. I was listening to a Neville Goddard audio the other day, and he started talking about apps on a phone. And I thought, hang on a minute, Neville Goddard. There was no phones when Neville Goddard was around. Who's this? So I get skeptical, stuff like that. You never really know who's. So make sure that you're, you know, maybe read his books instead. Okay, some skill set ones now. Skill set, Trading in the Zone, really good book. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Okay, or your choice of G-Fu trader. Who are you going to listen to? Does that make sense? Remember, I'm going to give you. You know what I'm trying to do? I'm trying to expose your brain to the right words so that you start speaking the right words and eventually start manifesting the right life. So, your choice of G-Fu trader. Listen to the way that they speak. You're gonna find that they're gonna be very stable emotionally. You're gonna find they're very consistent with the way that they operate. And we're gonna get into that in a second. Okay, GoPro for the ones that want to build the business. GoPro, really good book and audio. Your choice of Gifu leader. You know, your golden above leader, right? Timothy Herr. Timothy Herr is a great network marketer. Okay, Alex Morton, David Manite, all these top leaders, they studied a guy called Timothy Herr. This guy makes he first of all, he's a man, right? He's a man, and he's actually created over 26-figure monthly earners in a makeup company. Did you hear what I just said? Makeup. He doesn't even wear makeup. Doesn't wear makeup. So what is he an expert on? Leadership, leadership marketing, relationship marketing, helping people get what they want using the vehicle of network marketing. Okay, so Timothy Hurt, Alex Morton, obviously Jim Bratch. Okay, so I just heard a reel about the key to success is creating multiple streams of income. But the reality is the key to success is actually getting very good at one income stream, very good at one income stream. And then once you're like abundantly wealthy through that one skill set, now you set up multiple streams of income. The reason why most people never get to 10,000 a month is because they're trying to get to 10,000 a month, trying to catch two rabbits, three rabbits. It's never going to work out, guys. All right. So make sure that you're choosing what vehicle, what path is going to get you to where you want to go. All right. See, that's why I love the scanners, because I don't have to learn how to become a professional trader to read a couple indicators on a chart. I'm not over here trying to master trading. The scanners already mastered it for me. The creator of the scanners already mastered it for me. I'm leaning and leveraging that mastery. I'm literally leveraging someone else's mastery to create wealth. This is what blows my mind. Oh, I don't want to pay the monthly subscription. I don't even want to speak to you anymore. Get out of my energy. Just being honest. I paid 20 grand to go to a seminar, and you're over here umming and ahhing about the subscription. I ain't having it. I used to go when I worked a job. I used to work all day. I live in Birmingham, right? Drive 2 hours to London, do an event where sometimes nobody even got started. Drive back, get back at like 3, 4 a.m. in the morning, wake up at 6 to go back to work. And there's people saying, oh, well, I ain't got time to build the business. Get out of my face. No, what you've just said is, but Jake, I want to be average. All right, cool. You know what I do with them? Let them be average. Yeah, I get it. No time. I get it. No time, man. High five. I'll see you at the next event if you can make it. You'll be the same rank, though. I know that for sure. Unless you change. Okay. Read, write, and listen. I know sometimes I have to really calm myself down. I get so passionate about helping people. That's why. Because sometimes people need like a conscious interrupt. Most people are in a hypnotic rhythm. They're in a hypnotic rhythm. For some reason, last night my wife wanted to watch a film called 28 Days Later. Has anyone seen that film? There's got zombies in that. Don't know why she wanted to watch that. Um, but I'm like, this is how most people live their life. Just, that was me. That was me at 25. Until someone's like, "What are you doing? Look at the person next to you." Yeah. He's been doing the same job as you, bro, for 10, 15 years longer than you. If you don't change, that's going to be you. Oh, shit. Woke up. How many people have you spoke to today? 0. You're still going to be broke next year, bro. Wake up. So waking up and having common sense is the key, man. Somebody just walked past the window like, what's going on in that study? Read, write, and listen every day. Okay, so you want to read personal growth, you want to be writing out your vision, writing out your goal, and you want to be listening to audiobooks every single day. Okay. I recommend having a goal card. Okay, so if your goal is to produce a certain amount of income through trading or through the business or whatever it is, then have a goal. Have a goal card, guys. I've got goal cards everywhere. Literally got a whole stack of them here. Look. Whole stack of them. Look. Can't get enough of it. All right. Vision board, images. You see what we see, last three, our eyes, last 3 letters, well, eyes, yeah, last 3 letters spells yes. Whatever we see, we're going to be. Whatever we think about, we bring about. Okay. So having a vision board, dream build. This is actually an action. Dream build. So meaning go and actually sit in your dream car, look around your dream homes. Okay. Hang around people that have what you want. Super uncomfortable. It is. Try on clothes that you can't physically afford just yet. Right? Go and have coffee in a beautiful restaurant, maybe, whatever it is. Dream, build. Here's what I want someone to do. If you're going out the house today, or maybe even go out the house today, I'm going to give you all a little task. Right? Drop a yes in the chat. It's not going to be a strenuous one, but see, I want to know who's committed before they even hear it. It's not going to be a big It's not going to be a big task, guys. I'm a normal guy. I'm not going to give you something crazy to do. Drop a yes in the chat if you're committed to doing this task that I'm about to give you. Love it, love it, love it. Look at this, man. Walking by faith, not sight. Love it. Coachable. Yesterday, I went for some food. All right. And I paid for our meal. And as I was paying for our meal, I said, "Can you take £10 off that bill over there, please? Don't tell them. Just do it." Right. I want you all today to go somewhere and just pay for someone's coffee. When you're in a queue, maybe pay for the person behind just coffee. Costs £4, £6, £10. Do something financially for someone today. Just a little, just not something big, just something little. Okay, go and you do that action. I promise you, you do that. Like you actually go out your way as well. I wasn't going to go out the house today, but look, do you know what, Jake? Yeah, I'm going to go to the coffee shop. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to pay for someone's coffee. Okay, it's just a nice thing to do. All right. Um, Another action. So obviously, taking trades every day, using the scanners, not just through your own, your live account, even demo account, okay, back testing, stuff like that, like become obsessed, when it comes to trading. All right. If you're in the business, customers, prospecting, present, promote, we get paid for two things: getting customers and helping our customers get customers. That's it. Super simple concept, guys. So if you're not talking to new people, you're not doing the business. Makes sense. You're in learning mode, which is okay, but you want to be in earning mode if you want your income to increase. Remember, your paradigm is going to control your use of time, your productivity, your effectiveness, your ability to earn money. Okay, so whenever your paradigm's like, no, I don't want to talk to people, I want to read this book, that's okay. But again, your income's not going to be increasing, right? Get up super early, do your reading in the morning, do your listening on the trap on the go while you're walking around, and then actually, take action. All right. Follow your intuition, man. Just follow your intuition. Okay. And how do you get closer to your intuition then? Because this is a key as well. I was joking around the other day saying I might bring my own scanner out, call it intuition. And the confirmations are number one, wake up early. Second confirmation, do some personal development study. Third confirmation, eat clean. Fourth confirmation, work out in the gym. Right? You know what I mean? You got all these confirmations in place. Your intuition is going to tell you when to enter and when to exit the market. Right? But that's actually serious. Like what I'm saying is your intuition is going to talk to you, but it's not going to talk to you if you're not doing these things. Okay, so number one, like I just mentioned, study personal growth. Become obsessed with it. Next, your gratitude, writing out where you're going every day. You have to wake up and actually look at your subconscious mind like it's a sat nav, and you type in the destination. Here's where we're going, but you don't write it. Here's where we're going. We say here's where we are. On the subject of words, most people ready for this. Is everyone listening? Yeah, just real quick, just for like 10 seconds. You can go back to being distracted if you want, but listen to this just for 10 seconds. We have what we say, but most people say what they have. Oh shit. Does that make sense? So if we have what we say, that's cool. But the problem is most people say what they have. So therefore, they keep getting more of the same. I'm single. Oh yeah. Guess what? You're gonna be single. I'm looking for a relationship. Are you? You're gonna be looking for a relationship next year too, with that language. I'm gonna be rich. Oh yeah, next year you're gonna be rich. I'm gonna be elite. I'm gonna be, but so it's I am. I am. Now you ain't got to speak it, guy. You ain't got to walk around saying I'm married and you're not married. That's weird behavior. But you just have to, or just be normal. Does that make sense? Just be a normal human being, and you don't have to speak. See, most people we speak too much. To be honest, a lot of people like we speak too much. You ain't got to justify yourself to every single person that you meet. Okay. Just be careful with what. Just remember. Just being aware of what's coming out of your mouth gives you the keys to the kingdom. To be honest, this is why when I first got into this information, and I really that came down like a ton of bricks. We have what we say, but most people say what they have. I had to literally stop associating with who I was hanging around because I noticed that the more I was with them, the more I just kept talking about what's going on right now. Does that make sense? So I had to literally distance myself and be like, affirmations, I am rich, money comes to me effortlessly and easily. I'm a magnet to money. I had to really, really program it. Okay. In fact, I got this book here, really good one for everyone. It's called Health, Joy, and Prosperity for You by Reverend Ike. And there's a bit in here. I had to I highlighted it and I read this every day for I'm talking like 3 years, right? I now take time to make sure that my mind is at peace with money. I control the money in my life. Money does not control me. Money serves me. Money loves to serve me. Money loves for me to enjoy it and to use it for my good purposes. Money is good. Money is wonderful. I welcome more and more money into my life. I think of money correctly, use it correctly, and enjoy it correctly. Thank you, God, in me for money. You see, sometimes you need someone in your life to tell you it's okay to want more money. Because you know what? Most people, guys, oh, you're so materialistic. Well, hang on a minute. What are you doing tomorrow morning? Going to work? Why are you going to work? For money. Cool. Shut the up then. Okay. I'm trying to fire my alarm clock. Is that all right? Yeah, yeah. Well, in order for me to do that, I need to become a magnet to money. All right. So, guys, listen, let me read that one more time. I now take the time to make sure that my mind is at peace with money. I control the money in my life, not my boss, not my employer, not Eric Lucas. I control the money in my life. Money does not control me. Money serves me. Meaning, I spoke to the pastor, and he was like, "Do you know what, mate? I've been and guys, you will see him getting started. Trust me, I'm meeting him on Monday at 9 a.m. I said, what? How about you let me show you how to get to 15,000 a month? You give 10,000 a month to your church. You keep 5,000 a month. How's that sound?" He says, "That sounds amazing." You see, Jake. See, I don't really want any money for me personally, but I do need it. Does that make sense? Because I've got things to do. I said, I love your answer, mate. That's perfect. But he actually understands that it's a disservice not to earn it. Because how do you earn money? By providing service. That's how you earn money, by providing service. And providing service is actually something that puts us in a high vibration. Does it really? Well, you go and hold the door open for someone and tell me if you feel a little bit better after you've done that. You do. So did you hold the door open for them or for you? You see, when Bob Proctor got into Think and Grow Rich, Ray Stanford said, "Hey, listen, you want to clean the floors for you, nobody else." So he was cleaning the floors for him, his standard. It made him feel good. So you want to do a good job for people. If you're cutting someone's grass, cut it to the best of your ability for you. For you. Because if you're doing it for them, you're not going to do as good a job. You do it for you. Oh, wow. What is that? Everyone's 10,000 times way more interested in themselves than they are another person. No, that's a lie, Jake. Is it? If I took a screenshot of this Zoom call right now, this Zoom call with all your beautiful faces, and I sent you the photo, you're going to look for whose face first? You're not going to look for Jake Parton's face. Let's see how Jake looks in that photo. No. You're going to look for your face. No, I've said this before. You're not going to wake up and say, "Oh, I hope Jake's in a good mood today." No, you're going to wake up thinking, "What am I? How do I feel?" It's okay. Come to the realization that we are self-focused species. We are. That's why it's actually hard to have a successful relationship because in order to have a successful relationship, not just with a sexual partner, but with also, leaders and money, etc. You have to actually put your feelings and what you necessarily want to do to the side and actually help them and focus on them. That's actually unnatural for human beings. Makes sense. So money is good, man. Money is wonderful. I welcome more money into my life. I think of money correctly, use it correctly, and enjoy it correctly. Thank you, God, me for money. Amazing. All right, amazing, amazing. Next, exercise. Okay, this puts you. This is someone I spoke to Alex yesterday. Alex Charles, who's got massive momentum right now in his organization, which is great to see. And I said to him, I said, listen, bro, you want just keep building your self esteem, keep building your self worth, keep working your mindset, keep working out every day. Why? Because that's anti self sabotaging. Doing that, all those behaviors, right? So exercise every single day. It's gonna put you in a good vibration, and you're gonna feel like a champion. You're gonna feel like a champion, regardless of what's going on in the money and the business. And like, you're gonna feel like a champion. That's the key. You see, you become a champion before you get the championship. You don't get the championship and then you're a champion. You become a champion, then you attract the championship. So your goal is to become a champion, right? Drop all vices. That's low frequency. What's a vice? Drinking, smoking, watching porn, wasting time, gossiping, scroll hole on Instagram, and just wasting time. These are all vices. Negatively judging other people, not controlling the food that's coming in your mouth. These are all vices. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill says there's two things that human beings struggle to control, and that is the food. Number one is the food that's going inside their mouth, and number two, sexual desires. So if you can control those two things, you can basically be and do anything you want. Crazy, right? Do high vibration things. This is another reason how you can keep making more money. Sounds mad, right? So how do you keep making more money then, Jake? I'll tell you what you do. Here's a few. If you just type into Google what activities raise your vibration, you'll have a list: meditation, connect with nature, gratitude, mindful breathing, exercise, affirmations, be grateful, breath work, performing acts of kindness. Why do you think I just mentioned the whole go and give someone randomly some money? That's going to raise your vibration. You'll attract a better life. You can't attract a positive life on a negative vibration. You just can't, right? Drink water, cultivate habit, dance. It's a good one. Love, visualization. Okay, listen to uplifting music, move your body, yoga, forgiveness, move, dump your thoughts. Okay, journal. Amazing. Um, and one of the last things I wanted to share, guys, is as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. What does this mean? We're going to talk a little bit about how we attract. Has everyone heard the quote? We attract who we are, not what we want. Hmm. That's basically what it means, right? Because we got the law of attraction, which a lot of people talk about, but not many people talk about the law of vibration. So the law of attraction is the secondary law. The primary law is the law of vibration. So actually, the vibration of our body. We're a magnet to good and bad. We're just a magnet for life, guys. We bring things into our reality. That's what we do, right? So if you want to attract more leaders, and if you want to attract more money, let's say maybe in the trading element, you need to understand that money and leaders have to be what? Attracted. You attract money. You attract leaders. Okay. So how do I attract money? How do I attract leaders? Number one, you have to be consistent. You have to be taking daily, consistent actions. No leader, no money is going to want to be around an inconsistent person. Trust me. The money needs to feel secure. The leader needs to feel secure. I know that you all know that if you was to call me early in the morning, I'm more than likely going to be doing some sort of personal growth. If you was to call me randomly throughout the day, I probably won't even pick up the phone because guess what? I'll be building the business. I'll be doing some sort of, actions towards my goals and dreams. You all know that, right? That's why some of you decide to follow. It's the same thing, right? So you need to be predictable. Does that make sense? Like that's why I said yes to Alex Morton. I'm like, wow, like his success is predictable. Why? Just look at his track record, look at who he is. It's predictable. I wanted to feel secure. I wanted my team to feel secure, not unpredictable, not inconsistent, not always focused for 10 minutes. The reason why there's some people on the line right now is because I noticed that their leader was not focused, not consistent, because that's the next word, focused. And I reached out to him, hey, brother, you're okay. Listen, I've just noticed that your leader's doing X, Y, Z. We need to have a conversation, man, because you deserve a focused leader. He was like, yeah, you're right. Boom, got started in the business. So you'll actually lose people if you start being inconsistent and start being not focused. Disciplined, that goes without saying, right? That's actually the first chapter in that book, Leading an Inspired Life by Jim Rohn. Discipline, that's really the bridge between dreams and reality. The knowing and doing cap, discipline. What's discipline? Doing things that you need to do regardless of how you feel. Giving yourself a command and following it. Regardless of how you feel. One more time. Regardless of how you feel. Don't feel like doing the live. Who cares? Don't feel like talking to that person. Who cares? Don't feel like reading personal growth. Who cares? Don't feel like giving your mentor a call. Who cares? Right? That book, Leading an Inspired Life by Jim Rohn. Okay, humility. Okay, so ego, right? Money doesn't like to permanently be around a person. Listen, guys, I'll be honest, if you get money and then your ego kicks in, you'll start to lose that money. If you get an organization and your ego kicks in, you'll start to lose that organization. Just letting you know, I've actually been I've actually experienced that personally, and I've also been a part of an organization where I didn't want to follow that leader anymore. So I understand this actually working in real time. Okay, obviously the next one is positive. Okay, you can't have you don't have a positive bank account. Well, you're not going to be able to have a positive bank account if you're a negative person. It's just not going to work out, man. Do you know you can make unhappy money? You can. You can make unhappy money. Meaning you can make money that didn't really feel good. You making it. That's actually another reason why I left my previous company. Why? It felt like I was bringing people into something which they weren't going to get the best value that they could possibly get. You see, that's why I love GFU. I spoke to someone earlier. She was like, Jake, I'm in this company. I'm not going to say the company. And I think it's a really good idea. And I said, listen, I'll be honest. If there was two people sat in front of me right now, because she was like, can you just at least send me referrals? I'm like, if there was two people standing in front of me right now and I told them to go to your company versus mine, I'd actually be doing them a disservice, not based off what I think. Statistically, there isn't anything better than GFU. Factually, like I'm not giving you like a sales pitch right now, hyping you all up. Statistically, evidently, what we actually have is the best. Does that make sense? The best. Like we're the best. We actually are the best. We genuinely have the best leaders. I mean, GFU, what a name. You ain't beating GFU for a name. Abundant life. Come off it. What are you talking about? Number one, of course, right? The bird's cool, isn't it? I like the little bird, I do. The bird's better than yours, right? The leaders, don't get me started on the leaders. We've got the number one male and the number one female. I mean, if we had just the number one male, then but we got the number one male and female. Hang on a minute. We got Adam and Eve. We got the Adam and Eve of network marketing, and they've chose GFU. We got how many scanners? We got a menu of scanners. Sniper Pro predicts the future. And then I was on a call the other day, and this leader was like, Jake, listen, when you see the comp plan, I guarantee you're going to ask the same question that I asked the CEO. I actually like how she said it. She was like, I didn't even know how they could pay out so much. And I'm like, fucking hell, really? I was ready to see this comp plan. Ooh, I was like, let's go, because I'm one of those people where she was obviously trying to sell me, but I'm just studying how she's presenting because she's a millionaire, right? So I'm in student mode. I'm like, well, no, I like that. I like that. So I'm taking notes and I'm stealing all the stuff really. Um, and and she got to the comp plan, 30 people left, 30 people right, 750 a month. I was like, wow. She was like, right. I said, no, no, no. Let me show you something. Can I show you something in 2 seconds? Well, you know, I did. All I did was I just got up. I got up G Fu's comp plan. Her face dropped. Her face dropped. I've never seen it. I wish I got it recorded. She was like, seven, 700 a month. What? 15,000 a month. Are you crazy? And she was like, I've never seen anything so good. I'm like, no, no, no. I'll show you something right now. Get your 3D glasses on. Here we go. Buckle up. Okay, so next one, committed, and then growth minded. Okay, so you want to be growth minded. You want to be growth minded. What does that mean? I mean that's the whole call in itself, but it's pretty self-explanatory. Okay, you don't want to be fixed minded, meaning you want to be open minded. Remember I said about like being right and wrong. You need to be like coachable, is what I'm trying to say. You need to be like, yeah, okay, I don't know what I don't know. I do not know what I don't know. Okay, and I'm open to learning and receiving. And in fact, here's actually the truth. You can learn from every person, not just your mentors. You can learn from every person, every experience, every good, every bad, every conversation. You can learn from every human being. Jesus Christ had that mentality of, I am learning from every human being that I'm done. He had the ultimate humility. Okay, you are not better than anyone else. We've all got the exact same potential. The exact same potential. We're all God's highest form of creation. Does that make sense? Now, maybe you can be more committed, like I just said. Now, I guess this is what makes you different. You're more focused. You're more consistent. You're more disciplined. You're more right. This is what makes you. This is what makes the results that come into your life more intentional and better, right? But you're actually not better than anyone else. All right. You're maybe just more self-aware. Okay, so that's what you need to understand, that money and leaders, they're going to go to a certain sort of person. Now you need to understand, am I that person, right? You have to become that person. Okay. And the last thing I want to touch on is the three ways that money's earned, because this is just real quick. Um, you got linear income. Linear, this is to do with self-worth. Linear income. So you see, when linear income's trading time for money. So once you get to a certain point where you're like, yeah, do you know what? I love myself. I value my time more than money. You are going to naturally, want to go into the next level of making money, which is called leveraged income. Okay, so you got linear trade time for money, it's the same. And then you've got leverage, which is now basically if something happens, but it's not just your actions, you're also getting paid. So leverage can be, how we leverage the AI technology. Like I just said, I leverage AI technology to make money, right? I leverage our technology to make money. And what happens is, there's the best way to make money is called residual income. And the way that you create residual income is by developing leaders. It's the only way, guys, in a subscription-based business, right? You see, last night there was a huge event taking place in Middlesbrough, and I wasn't even there. Does that make sense? I wasn't even there. That's called residual income. The way that you do that, guys, is like I just said, you have to become the best version of you, man. You really do. To attract this, put yourself in alignment with the best people, and that's how you're going to have residual income. So you got leveraged, and even this, like there's real estate agents that say I've got residual income, but no, they only make money off someone else's sale. No, so here's the difference between leverage and residual. Leveraged, something has to actually take place, if that makes sense. Like, and if nothing doesn't take place, like in a real estate agent, for example, you don't get any money. Whereas in a subscription based business, how many do you know gym owners? They'll understand this. That more members that actually pay. Sorry, they make more money from people that don't go to the gym than people that go to the gym. Does that make sense? So like that's residual income. So having a subscription based, but also how that's going to even grow it even further. If you're just that gym owner is actually a really good example. If you're just a gym owner of that particular gym, then again, it's still not really true residual income because now you need other leaders to franchise the model out. And once you get that franchise up and running, and it's like this, it's residual income. But leveraged, something has to take place. And if it's not consistent. Okay, but I don't get too deep into it. 5 p.m. today, I'm doing an opportunity call. So here's my suggestion. Have two guests on the line. Everyone. That'll be my suggestion for every single human being on this call right now. There's 56 people. If every person on this call had just had two guests, I see Ash has got three guests. Amazing. Two guests. That's going to make you feel great, guys, because we're going to be exposing them to the number one platform on the planet. It's not just G Food, it's Lifestyle Mastery Group. It's this whole community. Okay, so Bonnie, you can stop recording now. We can take a couple questions.